Have you ever felt a weight that other women don't seem to carry? As if your heart feels deeper, your emotions are more intense, and your pain goes beyond what people can see or understand. Maybe you faced unexplained rejection, deep loneliness even when surrounded by others, or an inner pressure that tells you that you were meant for something greater, but no one ever explained why. These pains are not common, and they are not random. They follow a spiritual pattern that only certain women experience. When you understand why these pains exist, everything changes. How you see yourself, how you interpret your past, and how you face what's coming next. Pain with meaning becomes direction. In this video, you'll discover why only women chosen by God feel these specific pains, how they reveal signs of a divine calling, and most importantly, how to endure them without breaking inside. You'll recognize yourself in every point, realize you're not alone, and finally understand whether these marks you carry are proof of a higher purpose. What if your pain has always been confirmation of who you truly are? Stay until the end, because this understanding can transform the way you live, love, and walk into your purpose. Before we go deeper, do something important right now. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what you're about to hear is not random content, it's guidance meant to reach the right woman at the right time. When you interact with this video, you make sure these messages continue to reach women who are silently carrying the same pain you carry. And if at any moment you recognize yourself in what's being said, comment, "I am chosen," below. That simple action is a declaration, a signal that you're ready to understand your calling and stop fighting your pain alone. Now stay focused, because the next point may explain feelings you've carried your entire life but never had words for. Lesson 1. The pain of feeling different everywhere you go. From a very young age, many chosen women sense that they don't fully belong, no matter where they are. In school, in friendships, in relationships, even inside their own families, there is a quiet but constant feeling of being out of place. This pain is subtle, yet exhausting. You adapt, you observe, you stay silent, but deep inside you know you're not like everyone else. This difference often leads to isolation, misunderstanding, and the belief that something is wrong with you. But this pain is not rejection, it is separation. Chosen women are not designed to blend in, because blending in would silence what God placed inside them. This discomfort forces awareness, depth, and discernment. It sharpens perception and builds emotional intelligence. While others feel comfortable on the surface, chosen women feel deeply, question more, and sense things before they happen. This pain is the training ground that develops spiritual sensitivity. Without it, the calling would remain dormant. The struggle is not accidental. It is preparation disguised as loneliness. Many women try to numb this pain by forcing themselves to fit, shrinking their voice, or staying in spaces that drain them emotionally. That resistance creates even more suffering. Understanding this pain changes everything, because once you realize it is intentional, you stop fighting it and start using it. The moment you accept that being different is a sign, not a flaw, your confidence begins to shift. You no longer chase validation. You cultivate alignment. And this is where the real transformation begins, because this first pain unlocks the awareness needed to survive the next ones. If this feeling of not belonging has followed you your entire life, the next lesson will explain why it often leads to emotional wounds that cut deeper than most people can handle, and why only chosen women carry them. This sense of being different becomes a gift the moment you stop resisting it and start directing it. Chosen women can use this awareness to intentionally choose environments that honor depth instead of draining it. For example, instead of forcing yourself into friendships where you must constantly explain who you are, you can invest in fewer, more intentional connections where silence is respected and authenticity is valued. In professional or creative spaces, this gift allows you to see patterns others miss, anticipate problems before they arise, and bring emotional intelligence into decisions that are usually made only with logic. Your difference gives you vision. On a practical level, you can use this gift by creating boundaries around your energy, scheduling time alone to reflect and pray, and journaling insights that come from your heightened perception. When conflicts arise, Your ability to read emotional undercurrents can help de-escalate situations rather than intensify them. Most importantly, this gift helps you lead by example. You don't need to convince people with words. Your clarity, calm presence, and discernment naturally influence others. When used correctly, what once made you feel isolated becomes the very tool that positions you as a guide, a stabilizer, and a woman of quiet authority. Lesson 2. The pain of loving more than you are loved back. One of the deepest pains chosen women experience is loving with intensity, loyalty, and sincerity, only to receive confusion, distance, or emotional imbalance in return. You don't love halfway. When you care, you give presence, understanding, patience, and forgiveness far beyond what is expected. And because of that, relationships often become sources of silent suffering. You wonder why people pull away, take advantage, or fail to meet you at the same depth. This pain creates emotional exhaustion and self-doubt, making you question whether you're asking for too much or feeling too deeply. But this pain exists because chosen women are wired for purpose, not convenience. Your capacity to love is not meant for casual connections. It is designed to reveal truth. When others cannot mirror your depth, it exposes emotional immaturity, not your worth. God allows this pain to refine discernment, teaching you the difference between attachment and assignment, between someone who enjoys your energy and someone who can protect your heart. Over time, this pain forces a powerful shift. You stop pouring into empty vessels. You learn boundaries, not out of bitterness, but wisdom. This lesson teaches chosen women that love without alignment becomes sacrifice without purpose. And once you grasp this, you no longer beg to be chosen. You choose differently. This pain matures your emotional strength and prepares you for relationships that don't drain you but support your calling. Yet this same deep love often leads to an even heavier burden: the pain of being misunderstood, judged, or labeled simply because your heart and vision operate on another level. And that is exactly what the next lesson will reveal: a pain that shapes your identity more than you realize. The ability to love deeply is one of the most powerful gifts a chosen woman carries, but it must be guided by discernment to avoid self-drain. Practically, this means observing actions before offering full emotional access. Instead of giving your time, energy, and support immediately, you can allow people to reveal their consistency first. In relationships, this gift can be used to create safe emotional spaces where honesty and growth are encouraged, but only with those who show respect for your boundaries. Your deep love also makes you an exceptional listener, someone people feel understood by, which can be used in leadership, mentoring, or creative expression. On a daily level, you can redirect excess emotional energy into purposeful outlets like writing, helping others in structured ways, or building projects aligned with your calling. When you love with intention instead of impulse, your gift becomes sustainable. You stop rescuing and start empowering. Used correctly, this depth of love doesn't leave you empty. It attracts relationships that are mutual, emotionally mature, and aligned with who you truly are becoming. Lesson 3. The pain of being misunderstood and misjudged. Chosen women often carry the quiet pain of being deeply misunderstood, even by those closest to them. Your intentions are pure, but your actions are questioned. Your silence is misread as distance, your strength as coldness, your boundaries as pride. This pain cuts slowly, because it happens repeatedly and without explanation. You try to clarify, to explain who you are, but the more you speak, the more distorted the image becomes. Over time, you learn that some people don't misunderstand you by accident. They misunderstand you because they can't access your depth. This pain exists because clarity threatens comfort. Your presence exposes emotional truths others aren't ready to face. God allows this pain to teach chosen women a critical lesson. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Being misunderstood is not a failure of communication. It is often proof of spiritual and emotional distance. As this pain matures you, something powerful begins to happen. You stop defending yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You learn peace over explanation. This lesson builds inner authority and emotional independence, freeing you from the need for approval. Chosen women eventually realize that being seen by God matters more than being understood by people. And once that shift happens, the noise quiets. However, this clarity comes with another heavy burden, the pain of solitude. Because when you stop over-explaining and over-giving, your circle gets smaller. In the next lesson, you'll understand why loneliness follows chosen women so closely, and how this isolation is not punishment, but positioning. Being misunderstood sharpens a chosen woman's inner compass. Instead of over-explaining, this gift teaches you to let consistency speak louder than words. Practically, this means focusing on integrity in your actions and allowing time to reveal truth, rather than trying to control perception. In professional and personal environments, you can use this gift by observing more than reacting, responding thoughtfully instead of emotionally, and choosing when silence is more powerful than defense. Your calm presence in moments of judgment creates credibility and quiet respect. This gift is also essential in leadership and creative spaces, where vision often comes before validation. You can channel it by setting clear boundaries, documenting your work, and trusting process over approval. When you stop needing to be understood by everyone, you gain freedom. Used wisely, this gift builds emotional authority, self-trust, and resilience, allowing you to move forward confidently, even when recognition arrives later than resistance. Lesson 4. The pain of deep loneliness. Even when you're not alone, one of the most confusing pains chosen women experience is feeling deeply alone, even when surrounded by people. You can be in a room full of voices, yet feel unseen, unheard, and emotionally disconnected. This loneliness isn't about the absence of people. It's about the absence of resonance. Conversations feel shallow, connections feel temporary, and you often sense that no one truly meets you where you are. This pain creates a silent ache that follows you into friendships, relationships, and even moments of celebration. But this loneliness is not a flaw in your personality. It exists because chosen women are built for depth, and depth cannot thrive in crowded, surface-level spaces. God allows this pain to pull you inward, away from noise and dependency, and into alignment with your inner world. Loneliness becomes the doorway to self-awareness, spiritual strength, and clarity. Over time, this pain teaches you how to stand without leaning. You learn to be emotionally self-sustaining, grounded, and whole. What once felt like emptiness becomes space, space to hear your intuition, strengthen your faith, and refine your purpose. This lesson transforms loneliness into intimacy with God and yourself. But this isolation also gives birth to another heavy experience, the pain of constant inner battles. When external distractions fade, internal struggles grow louder. In the next lesson, you'll discover why chosen women fight more battles within than most people ever will, and how these silent wars are shaping you for something far greater. The ability to stand in solitude is a rare advantage when used intentionally. Instead of seeing loneliness as absence, chosen women can use this space to develop clarity and emotional independence. Practically, this means creating routines that nourish your inner world, such as morning reflection, prayer, or intentional silence before making decisions. Solitude allows you to process emotions fully instead of reacting impulsively, which leads to wiser choices in relationships and work. This gift also strengthens intuition, making it easier to sense when situations or people are misaligned before damage occurs. In everyday life, you can use this gift by choosing quality over quantity in social interactions and protecting your energy from unnecessary noise. Solitude also fuels creativity and vision, making it ideal for writing, planning, and building long-term goals. When used correctly, this gift transforms isolation into authority. You become grounded, self-aware, and emotionally secure, capable of connecting deeply without losing yourself. Lesson 5. The pain of constant inner battles. Chosen women often fight wars that no one else can see. While life appears calm on the outside, the inside is filled with overthinking, emotional processing, self-examination, and spiritual questioning. Your mind rarely rests, because you feel everything deeply and analyze everything carefully. This pain is exhausting. You wrestle with doubts, fears, guilt, and responsibility, often feeling like you must stay strong no matter how heavy it gets. Others may relax, distract themselves, or avoid growth, but you are constantly being pulled inward to confront what hurts, what's broken, and what needs healing. This inner conflict is not weakness, it is refinement. God allows these battles because chosen women are called to lead themselves before leading others. Every internal struggle builds discernment, resilience, and wisdom. These battles teach you how to sit with discomfort instead of running from it, which is a rare strength. As these inner battles intensify, something powerful happens. Emotional maturity is born. You become aware of your triggers, your limits, and your truth. You learn self-control, emotional regulation, and spiritual discipline. This pain creates leaders who can hold space for others without losing themselves. But carrying this level of inner responsibility often leads to another deep wound, the pain of being strong when you desperately want to rest. In the next lesson, you'll uncover why chosen women are often forced into strength too early, and how this burden, though heavy, is shaping the final phase of their calling. The constant inner processing chosen women experience becomes a powerful tool when directed with intention. Practically, this means turning self-reflection into structure instead of chaos. For example, you can schedule regular check-ins with yourself through journaling, prayer, or meditation to organize thoughts rather than letting them overwhelm you. This gift allows you to identify emotional patterns early, helping you avoid repeating cycles in relationships or decision-making. In leadership or personal growth spaces, your ability to navigate internal complexity equips you to guide others through emotional challenges with empathy and clarity. On a daily level, this gift can be used by pausing before reacting, allowing logic and intuition to work together. You can also channel mental energy into learning, strategy, or creative problem-solving. When mastered, these inner battles stop draining you and start sharpening you. They produce emotional intelligence, self-discipline, and depth, qualities that make you stable under pressure and trusted by others. Lesson 6. The pain of being strong when you want to rest. Chosen women are often recognized as the strong one, long before they feel ready to carry that title. Life places responsibility on you early, emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes physically. You become the listener, the supporter, the problem solver, the one others lean on in moments of crisis. And while strength becomes your identity, exhaustion quietly becomes your companion. This pain comes from always having to hold it together, even when your heart is tired. You rarely feel permission to fall apart, because you know others depend on your stability. But this strength is not self-made. God allows this pain because chosen women are being trained in endurance, not dependence. Your strength is forged under pressure so that when real purpose arrives, you don't collapse under its weight. This pain teaches you how to remain grounded in chaos and calm in storms. Yet this lesson also carries a warning. Strength without restoration leads to burnout. And chosen women eventually learn that rest is not weakness, it is obedience. This pain forces you to seek divine renewal instead of human validation. When you learn to rest in God rather than in escape, your strength becomes sustainable. But even after mastering this balance, there remains one final, defining pain, the one that brings everything together. In the next lesson, you'll discover the ultimate pain that confirms whether a woman is truly chosen, and why surviving it changes everything forever. Being strong becomes a true gift when paired with intentional restoration. Chosen women can use this strength by learning to lead without self-sacrifice. Practically, this means setting clear limits on availability, saying no without guilt, and recognizing when support roles must be shared. In daily life, you can schedule non-negotiable rest periods, even during busy seasons, treating recovery as part of responsibility rather than an afterthought. This gift also allows you to remain calm in crisis, making you a stabilizing presence in families, teams, and communities. Strength used wisely creates influence without control. You can model healthy resilience by asking for help when needed and encouraging others to develop their own capacity. When balanced correctly, this strength doesn't isolate you. It inspires others. It teaches leadership through example, showing that true endurance is not about constant output, but sustainable purpose grounded in renewal and clarity. Lesson 7. The pain of transformation and letting go of who you used to be. The final pain chosen women experience is the most difficult to explain, because it doesn't come from others, it comes from change itself. As you grow, awaken, and step closer to your calling, you begin to outgrow people, patterns, and versions of yourself that once felt safe. This pain feels like grief without death. You miss who you were, even though you know you can't return. Old dreams lose meaning, familiar relationships feel distant, and the life you once imagined no longer fits the woman you are becoming. This pain exists because transformation requires release. God never elevates without pruning. Chosen women must shed comfort to carry clarity, and this process is emotionally painful because it demands trust without full vision. You are asked to walk forward while letting go of what once defined you. But this pain is also the confirmation. When you survive transformation without bitterness, you step into authority. You no longer chase, prove, or compare. You move with quiet certainty, grounded in identity rather than approval. This final pain aligns all the others: the difference, the deep love, the misunderstanding, the loneliness, the inner battles, and the forced strength. They were not random experiences. They were steps in preparation. If you've made it through this stage, you are no longer becoming chosen. You are walking as one. And this is where your life begins to shift, not because everything gets easier, but because everything finally makes sense. The ability to let go and transform is one of the highest forms of spiritual maturity a chosen woman can possess. Practically, this gift can be used by intentionally auditing your life each season, evaluating relationships, habits, goals, and environments to see what still aligns with who you are becoming. Instead of clinging to comfort, you can use this awareness to make courageous decisions, such as leaving spaces that no longer support your growth or redefining success on your own terms. This gift also allows you to adapt without losing identity, which is rare. In daily life, you can use this gift by honoring endings without resentment and beginnings without fear. Transformation sharpens discernment, helping you move forward with clarity instead of nostalgia. When used correctly, this gift positions you ahead of timing, emotionally free, and grounded in purpose. You don't fear change, you lead it. Why these pains were never meant to break you. If you recognized yourself in these pains, it's because they were never random experiences. They were confirmations. Each pain you've carried was shaping your perception, refining your heart, strengthening your spirit, and aligning you with a higher purpose. Feeling different taught you awareness. Loving deeply taught you discernment. Being misunderstood built authority. Loneliness created intimacy with your inner world. Inner battles forged wisdom. Forced strength trained endurance. And transformation required release. Together, they form a pattern that only chosen women walk through. Your life makes sense when viewed through this lens. You were never too much, too sensitive, or too intense. You were being prepared. And once you see that, you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What am I being prepared for?" This realization is the turning point between surviving and stepping into purpose. Declare, commit, and stay connected. If this message spoke to you, don't let it end here. Like this video so it reaches other women who are silently questioning their pain. Subscribe to the channel, because this space is built for women who are waking up to who they truly are. And comment below, "I am chosen," not as a trend, but as a declaration of awareness and alignment. When you name what you are, you stop fighting it. Stay connected, because this journey doesn't end with understanding. It begins with it.